Hey there, and welcome to the Learn in Lebanon podcast. I'm your host and City of Lebanon intern, Lucas Argotte. On this podcast series, we explore the educational opportunities offered by the Lebanon Community School Corporation. Today, we are joined by the Lebanon FFA Quiz Bowl team. This Quiz Bowl team consists of Lucas and Blake Argotte, as well as Brayden and Garrett Adams. We are so excited to have these individuals on the podcast today to hear a little bit more about their journey within FFA and where they hope the Blue Jacket takes them. Hello, everyone. We are back on the Learn in Lebanon podcast. Today, I am joined by Twin Squared through Lebanon FFA. We have Blake Argotte, Lucas Argotte, Brayden Adams, and Garrett Adams. So, welcome, boys. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions along the way. So, first things first, let's get to know you a little bit more. Blake, starting with you, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
So, I'm Blake Argotte. I'm currently a freshman, and for my upcoming sophomore year, I will be serving as the vice president for Lebanon FFA.
I'm Lucas, Blake's twin. I'm a 2-year member of FFA, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Brayden Adams. I'm a 2-year member, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Garrett Adams. I'm currently a freshman, and in this past year, I served as our chapter sentinel, and for this upcoming year, I will be our chapter's secretary.
Okay, now we have some amazing leaders here. Now, not only are you members and sometimes officers within Lebanon FFA, but you are also on the Quiz Bowl team, right? Yes. And what place did you get at district?
First.
And you guys are advancing to state this June, and we're so excited for you. But let's take a couple pedals back. So, why did you join FFA?
So, I joined FFA because I was recommended to join it by you, of course. I'm very proud of that decision. But one of my goals is to be a veterinarian. And animals are very deeply impacted by ag, so I think that'd be a great route.
I was recommended also by my sibling, Lauren. Also joined because I've heard that there's many fun things you could do in ag, and there's careers that you could take deeper in life about ag. So why not join ag?
Yeah, I joined ag because my brother Garrett made me join it, and there's a lot of scholarships and career opportunities that can come from it.
The main reason that I joined ag and FFA as a whole is because really it was an experience change as middle school, you can't really join any clubs until you reach 8th grade. So FFA was really just an experience change. You get to try new things, you got to meet new people, and it just went up from there. And as Brayden said, it gives a lot of opportunities for the future.
I love that. And although maybe all of you were recommended by it and somehow, so Garrett served as a sentinel. He's our first ever 8th grade chapter officer, and he served this past year. So Garrett, how about you talk a little bit about your experience and what it was like serving as a chapter officer this year?
So serving as a chapter officer this year, especially at my young age, was very exciting. It was a new opportunity that nobody has seen before. It was really an encouragement for others. And I was able to bond with the younger generations, as with mainly our officers were juniors and seniors this year, and I was a freshman, obviously. So I was able to know those people as freshmen and sophomores. I was able to get them more involved in FFA compared to past years, whereas the seniors and juniors really partake in activities mainly with their upperclassmen, which is them juniors and seniors.
And we have loved having Garrett as part of our officer team this year, and it was such a joy working with you. You brought so many amazing ideas and always brought the fun, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we want to go back to Quiz Bowl. Okay, so you guys are the Quiz Bowl team. Do one of you want to give me a little quick blurb about what Quiz Bowl is?
I will. So, Quiz Bowl, you basically just study about the facts, people, and who've made FFA what it is and led to it being how great it is. And you get to compete with others, and you get a bond, which is what we have created. We've created a very strong bond with it.
I love that. And I've kind of seen you all grown up. I saw you in, kindergarten. Well, it goes back further for my brothers, but the Adams twins I saw grow up. And so seeing them on this team has been truly amazing. And I'm sorry, Lucas, did you get a 49 out of 50 on that exam?
Right.
And then, what is a lucky pencil to you? Can you explain a little bit about the lucky pencil?
Yeah, so the lucky pencil is like the best pencil that's invented. I mean, it's not really luck. It's like skill because I spent time studying, and it's not luck, I guess. You could say it's more of a skill pencil now.
It's a skill pencil. And Blake, what about you?
I just want to add on to that. Don't forget that the Lucky Pencil has no eraser on it. So it's, no mistakes.
No mistakes. And Lucas, isn't this pencil hanging up somewhere?
Yep, it's hanging up in Mr. Reed's room.
Okay, and are you going to use it in your contest?
Yep, that's what's going to give me a 50 out of 50.
50 out of 50. These individuals got the highest scores in the Quiz Bowl contest, and I think you're going to rock it at state. So, Adams, twins, turning it back to you. What has been your favorite part of Quiz Bowl?
My favorite part of Quiz Bowl is really just getting to hang out with everybody. So really, we were able to schedule meetings where we were able to just play fun games with each other to help each other study, and it was just able to just really be able to be together. Like, it was just really fun just being able to be around others and just having fun.
Yeah, what he said, it's fun to go and hang out and study, and it's obviously fun to win. So when you learn and study, it's fun.
Yeah, it can be fun, and I've sat in on a couple of these practices, of course, being the chauffeur for Lucas and Blake, but also taking these quizzes myself to prepare for a couple additional things that I'm doing. And truly, it's been a joy hanging out with you because you're there to learn and you're there to memorize this quiz bank of questions, but you make it fun, whether it's the time that I was running back and forth in the room with Lucas and Blake trying to win, or even just watching the Gim Kits getting played. It's always a blast, and you always make it such a fun environment. So Quiz Bowl is a leadership development event that FFA offers, kind of going back on what Blake said. But FFA also offers a wide range of opportunities and contests. So Blake, what are some of the other contests that you've competed in this far?
So me and Garrett had the opportunity to do a demo this past year, and it didn't do so well, but we're looking to fix that next year.
So Blake, what place did that demo get this district competition?
Well, Brayden, you know what they say, last is really first.
Okay, Lucas. Now, you also did another contest this year with Mr. Reed. And if any of the listeners have viewed or listened to any of the other podcasts, you must know that this is one of Mr. Reed's all-time favorite contests, milk quality and products. So, Lucas, what was something you enjoyed about this other FFA event that you competed in?
Well, what I enjoyed about milk quality and products was the fact that I get to eat milk and cheese for fun. Although my stomach didn't enjoy it that much, it was still fun to hang out with friends and get to know people I didn't know as much.
And this was Lebanon's first time ever having competed in this contest. And they placed sixth, I believe, right?
Yes, that's 6.
6 at the state level, and that's an amazing achievement. So I'm going to guess, Lucas, are you headed back to that contest next year?
Yep.
And maybe you'll walk away with the first place? Okay, perfect. Now, Brayden, Quiz Bowl, is this the only contest you've competed in this far, or am I missing something?
Yes, Quiz Bowl is the only thing I've competed in.
Okay, and that's okay. So what are some of the other FFA events that you've attended this year that you've really enjoyed?
Yeah, I've been to the volleyball tournament and then the national convention. National convention was really fun. It's I'll never forget that because I may or may not have fallen asleep, but it was still a lot of fun.
Ooh, I believe I saw that photo on our shared album, unfortunately. So I believe there is a photo of you sleeping at National Convention. Okay, so Garrett, you are involved in everything and anything. So talk about your experience a little bit more.
So no need to ramble, but I've been in about 4 or 5 competitions, those including parliamentary procedures, ag issues last year. I was in prepared public speaking, our demo, and Quiz Bowl, which those are really fun. And they're all mainly team activities, team competitions. Because I really like to be in teams. I really like to enjoy helping people succeed and helping myself succeed at the same time.
Not only when we talk about Quiz Bowl and their first place win there, but going back to ag issues, you walked away with the first place in state. That's amazing. And prepared public speaking, got a first place at district. Parley, we went to section this year, and he was a great Parley president. I will say that. So he's got a bright future ahead of him. So state convention is when you're going to be competing next with Quiz Bowl. What's your plan of action to prepare for then? Let's start off with that. What's your plan of action to prepare for state convention?
So I'll go first. I think we just got to keep practicing, keep coming in the mornings and just understanding what we have to do and knowing what we have to do, and I think we can do that.
Even though school ends this May and the contest is in June, I feel like I'm going to still study, and we all need to study. over break, and to make the team the best it is, we all gotta lock in.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be studying a lot using game kits and bookets. If you've never heard of those, they're just like online games that you can use to practice, and they're a lot of fun. And it's like just doing those all the time and like asking each other questions will help us get ready to win state.
Yes, study is a big thing for me as well. But also in Quiz Bowl, you have a bunch of questions that you have to memorize. And they're all usually in categories, either names, dates, or even just activities that went on during past years of FFA. And mainly one of the things that we were allowed to do this year is we split up the Quiz Bowl quiz bank, and we made a booklet for dates, we made a booklet for people, and we made a booklet for activities so that we could study them week by week to make sure we knew everything on the quiz bank.
I love that. And I love the fact that you guys split up the work and you're kind of learning it in a fun way. But like we talked about, so state convention, this is the next time you're competing. And of course, you're going to lock in like you just said. But what are you most excited for state convention besides competing?
I'm most excited to see people from all over the state. I had the opportunity to do so last year, and just seeing all the contests and all the winners, I think it's very nice.
Going on what Blake said, I'd like to meet like new people around me, because I need to spread my outer circle a little bit and get familiar with people in FFA.
Yeah, so this year will be my first year going to state convention. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be able to meet new people because being me, I don't really like to get out there, but state convention will help me talk to new people.
State convention, I really like to go due to the environment. Everybody's so kind, everybody's so willing, and everybody's lovely to talk to, no matter who you're talking to. And sometimes when you go, you sometimes know some of the people that are there. And that's always a good thing because they can show you around if you've never been, or they can just hang out with you. It's just really fun.
I've been to numerous state conventions. I've met so many people. Some of my best friends I've met at state convention. And Blake, I remember, I feel like it was shortly after state convention last year, you were able to talk to the current state president, Ethan Woolheater. So can you talk a little bit maybe about how you're able to connect with people on such a level?
Yeah, so I met Ethan when I was with two of my other FFA friends, but we started off, we were just joking around with him, and he took it very lightly. He took it, it was very funny how he took it, but it's nice to see where he is now and knowing who he is.
Yes, he's a wonderful, wonderful leader, and it's so amazing to have him as leader of FFA. And so we've talked about kind of the current, the past, and now looking into the present, not only in June, but I know you kind of mentioned some of your future career goals, and some of the reasons that you joined FFA was because of that. So going into the future, what are some of the goals that you have, whether that's your career or FFA goals or just anything?
So for my FFA goals as vice president, I plan to be there for the president, making sure that, everything's going well, and to be there for my members, helping them with anything they need, and just serving my duties.
Yeah, in the future I plan to hold like an office of some sort, but I just need to build that confidence up from where it's at now. And it's not going to be easy, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, from what Lucas said, I plan to, in the future, hold an office spot here at the Lebanon chapter, and I hope to participate in more FFA competitions.
As they've already mentioned, their chapter spots, they really want to be officers, which as these past years, I have been an officer, and these experiences have really engaged me to what I want to do in the future, as I want to be sort of like Lauren, as she's running for state office for this next year, which would be really cool for me to do in the future, and that would inevitably lead me on to get a good career in agriculture.
That is so, so inspiring, and you all have such bright futures ahead of you, and I truly appreciate you joining me on this podcast today. You are the youngest individuals I've ever hosted on a podcast, and it's truly been a joy talking to you and just seeing you grow up, like I kind of talked about earlier. But are there any lasting remarks, comments, or I know, Brayden, you might crack a joke that you want to make before we shut off the podcast?
So, as you guys might have known that she said twins squared at the beginning of the podcast. So me and Brayden Adams were identical twins, and then Blake and Lucas are also twins. And it's been really cool being an identical twin because sometimes it's really fun to mess with people. So in past years, we usually, since me and Brayden obviously look the exact same, we like to mess with people. We like to switch up where we're going. It always messes people up, and everybody usually laughs at the end. It's so fun to see.
Yeah, so does the twin square dynamic relate back to Quiz Bowl in any way, or nope?
Well, I don't know. It seems like me and Lucas might be better at Quiz Bowl. We got the 2 higher scores.
Sadly.
Just to add on with Garrett, I think having a twin is very nice. You like to be competitive with each other. You're pretty evenly matched most of the time. And it just gives you someone to look out for and to look out for you.
Oh, that's so cute. And touches even closer to home for us because we have 2 sets of twins in our family. But thank you all so much for joining me on the podcast today, and I cannot wait to see you where your future takes you. Thank you for tuning in to my final episode of the Learn in Lebanon podcast. It has been such an amazing journey sharing this experience with you as a City of Lebanon intern. I cannot wait to see what is in store for the Lebanon Community School Corporation. This is Lauren Argotte signing off.